Farron with Understand Photography. Today we're going to talk about camera settings for baby photography. First and foremost, when you're photographing babies and children, safety needs to be your first concern. Never leave a baby unattended. Keep mom right there to spot them. Photograph babies with a very shallow depth of field. A shallow depth of field is when you have a very narrow point of focus and the rest of the picture is blurred out. You achieve a shallow depth of field by either having a very wide aperture, such as 1.2 to f2.8, or zooming, or a combination of both zooming and a wide aperture. I highly recommend investing in a nifty 50 lens. Both Nikon and Canon make a nifty 50. It's a 50mm lens that can open to f1.8. With a f1.8, you can achieve a very shallow depth of field and let in more light, since 1.8 is a very wide aperture. The nifty 50 lens retails for about $130. Learn to shoot in the manual setting. It's really not that tough. There are only 3 things to exposure: ISO, shutter speed, and aperture, which is also called f-stop. You will love the control. You will make the decisions, not your camera. Position the baby so that you see the light on her face. Good lighting is crucial for beautiful baby portraits. If you're shooting in the manual setting, you're going to point the camera at the baby's face and change your settings until the in-camera meter gets to 0. Start with ISO 400, f3.5, and a shutter speed of 1/100th of a second. If the meter registers in the negative, let in more light by either changing your ISO to 800 or opening up your aperture to f2.8 if you can. Your aperture is controlled by your lens, so if you have the lens that came with your camera, you probably can't open your aperture wider than f3.5. If that's the case, you're going to need to change your ISO to 1600 or maybe even to 3200. I'm Peggy Farron with Understand Photography. Thanks for watching Camera Settings for Baby Photography.